Hi guys, Julie here. Today I am working through something. I have made something and I'm not happy with it, so I am fixing it. So I thought I would just bring you guys along for the ride. I am working on some sewing pattern journals, and I went ahead and deconstructed them and then reinforced them with some scrapbook paper, and if you can tell, they are super duper not okay. They are wiggly and wonky and I don't like them. I mean, they're sturdy, very sturdy, but they're not where I would like them to be, for lack of a better word. Anyway, so I have been looking for something to attach them to. I was looking for some chipboard. I was looking for something, I don't know what, something, wood, I don't care. But what I ended up finding was an old book. And so I just thought I would bring you with me today to show you how I'm going to upcycle this book into a new book. Jackson no longer wants this book, so we will just re-want it into something else. So first thing I'm gonna do is just rip this book apart. Just got a straight blade here. I'm just gonna take it apart. I usually use my big scissors, but they're in the other room because I took them somewhere yesterday. So I'm just gonna kind of, you can tell that one's already broken there, so you can see literally how easy it is to cut apart. So let me just grab some other scissors. These will work. And we're just gonna cut up the gutter. It's called like the gutter of the spine. And voila, there it is. I don't think anybody needed this book anymore, so we're gonna give it a new life. I call it relifing or rewanting books. And now we need the front cover. And I started with this blade. Let's see if I can get a better, I probably better get a mat out. I can get a better cut on this sucker. Just need to separate it from itself. Oh, well, just like that. That's how it comes apart. All right, done. Done with that. And done with that. Now we're just gonna cut the original spine off this book. And that is the start of how you alter a book. Cut it apart, remove the original spine, and then you're building a new spine. But that is not what we're doing today. Today, we are fixing the crisis of the wonky cover, and hopefully this will work. So these are more like, this vintage pattern is more precious to me than this. And I think this book was free, so I have no problem like cutting it apart. But if it's a sentimental book or a vintage book, of course I'm not gonna cut it apart. Just for this, you find something else to do, something else to use. This one just, I thought, happened to be a good size because it almost literally fits right on there. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of sand it down. I've just got this old emery board and I just hit it. And then I have got this piece of paper, which is a single-sided piece of scrapbook paper. And so it literally is just, you know, paper, like printer paper, kind of. I'm gonna cut this tab off. Okay, so I need to pay close attention to the edges that will be under the new spine, like the spine edges, because that is okay to cut right next to it. The other one I would like to have a little bit of extra, and it's not big enough. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find another piece of paper. So let's get started with just this one though. I'll just do one on screen. So I'm going to literally line it up like this, and I want to cut about, what is that, about an inch? It is a little over 3/4 of an inch, probably like, can you see? It's like 7/8. I think I might be off camera. Let me show you again. It's about 7/8 right there. So I'm gonna go that all the way around, and what my hope is that I will wrap it over. Look how pretty that is. And then this will be the color around it, and it'll be super duper pretty. So the total length, hold on before I walk away, what's the total here? So we're at 9 3/4. Let's go up a little bit more, and we're at 10.5. Ought to give us a good thing. 10.5 by, and over here we need to go. And a half by 6.5-ish, whatever, something like that. Let me get my cutter again, and we'll cut that up. This paper doesn't really have a directional pattern, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Where did I go? 6.5, or did I say 6 3/4? Anybody know? All right, perfect. All right, so this will be the back, you think? I think it should be the front, just saying. So the front can go all the way to the edge, or the side of the spine can go all the way to the edge, because we're gonna literally attach a new spine to it. So you're not even gonna see any of this, like the new spine is gonna have to attach in here. You're not even gonna see any of it, blah, blah, blah. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is put glue all over this, and then I'm going to wrap it and cut it. I'm also gonna get my brayer out and use that for adhesion. I've got my other thing in the other room. Julie, okay, I washed my stuff in the kitchen. Let me find something here to use that will be, here we go. I'm just gonna get a very nice layer on, because you want to get adhesion across the whole piece of paper. That is very important, or else you'll have some buckling and some spotting of loose places, and nobody likes that. I'm putting a good, I know it doesn't look very thick, but it's a pretty, you know, substantial coat on. And when I brayer it, there will be some leakage out the edges. So just be prepared for that you'll have leakage. All right, we're just gonna go with it now at this point. I never get it right. I always have a misstep, so you just have to accept that. You just do your best. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. Here we can do this. And it is down and wiggled down, and we are just pressing it a minute for some adhesion before we flip it and brayer it. It's wiggling around pretty good. So this is matte gel medium. This is Hobby Lobby's brand. All right, and it doesn't have a lot of wiggle in it, but I can see some. So if you can see how I'm brayering it, it's kind of the glue is smushing out. See that? And we just can take it off and throw it back in if you want, or put it under another edge. All right, such a mess. Such a mess I always make. Okay, I'm gonna flip these edges up and adhere them too, so I'm gonna kind of leave that there and just reuse it here in a second. I'm just kind of moving it to the light to see if I see any issues, and there are some right here where it's kind of just wiggled a little bit, and I'm just gonna smooth it out as best I can to get a nice little smooth cover. You can only do this while it's wet, so take advantage of that. All right, we're gonna call that fairly good. Now I need some scissors again. Where did they go? Nobody knows. Let me get another pair. All right, this is why as crafters we have many pairs of scissors, because we don't know where they go. I'm sure you can see them, but I can't. And then I'm just gonna cut these corners. I'm gonna take this edge and just give it a little bit of a wedge. Did you see that? Let me do it again. It's just a little bit of a wedge. And then here I'm going to cut in almost to the corner and then kind of curve it up. It's never perfect, so we just we accept it for what it is. Kind of like that. All right, and then we will go and put a little bit more glue on. Hi, Jackson. Sorry, dude. Oh, Jackson smeared a little. That's okay. And then I will go to this side so that they're even when I fold over the big one. So whichever side you do first, if you want to do this one first, that's fine, then you do those, or you do these two first and then that one to make it an even assemblage of cover paper on the cover for the inside. But you know, odds are I'm going to cover this up anyway, so it'll be fine. Got glue everywhere. Holy smackerels. All right. We're just gonna press it down. I'm pressing down and up, like I'm pushing up from here, like that. Boom, 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 boom. I'm making sure I didn't mess up anything on this side too much. And I'm just wanting it to be pressed down. Now it seems like maybe I didn't get enough glue here in this little cubby hole. The corners of books are strange. You just do the best you can with them. The corners of the covers, I mean. All right, and then we're gonna take this one and fold it over. And you can see I maybe didn't get enough here, so we're just gonna kind of maybe work that a little bit. And over here might not be enough cut off. So we snipped that one, and over here we will just go with it. What do we use most? Glue. Now, the sad thing about this process is that I have already taken a gorgeous piece of Heidi Swap paper and adhered it to the back, and I'm gonna lose that. Like literally, we're losing it. Will I survive? Yes, 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 I will survive. Look how cute that is. Okay, the only thing I noticed, there's some white cutting or edging here, which I can fix by trimming off like this, or if you don't like to or if you can't trim it off anymore, you can always ink it. or add a little paint or something, because more is more. All right, so I've trimmed that up and I'm going to adhere it down, but first I want to decide if I should put a trim sandwich it, but I think that will make it too chunky. That's super pretty, but I think that's too big. I have this gold trim I've been using a lot on everything. And that fall journal I just did and stuff. It's kind of pretty. Kind of goes with the blue over here. See, and then I'll just cover up the edges with the trim. Okay, yeah, I do like that. Or here's some pom-poms. And see, that's why I was talking about sandwiching it, like putting that between the two and gluing it in, but I think it makes it too chunky, this front cover, because there's so much paper I've already added. All right, let's just glue it down. So goodbye to our beautiful pink gingham that I hoarded for a really long time. I've already gone over this with the matte medium, so the glue is already on the front, so I can't mess it up anymore. Just do the best you can. It's at this point when I usually drop it, glue side down. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna eyeball it here with the width from top to bottom. I'm not gonna fuss with it at all. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, but the only problem is the thickness of the paper, like the wiggle that's already in there. I don't want it to affect the flatness, so I'm gonna have to make sure I adhere it really good. Probably weight it down for several hours and let it dry. Flat, super flat. Right, like this corner does not want to go down. Give it some more glue and some more pressure. And whatever we mess up, we will fix. No worries. Okay, look at that. So awesome. I think it looks really good. I just need to get the edges down. I'm loving that flower pattern. And I'm loving the gold trim. I'm thinking that's really the way to go. What do you think? It's right here. Across the top there like that. Isn't that pretty? All right, ladies. All right, ladies, that's what we're probably gonna end up doing. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry and I'll bring you back and let you see what it looks like when I get both of them done. All right. Okay, I'm back. I have finished assembling my journal. I already attached it to the spine before I remembered to come back on and show you guys. But I went with this vintage stripe paper. This is from Daisy D's. It is quite old. Does it have a date on it? No, but they're not in business anymore. But I happen to have a lot of it. But anyway, I really like how it turned out. And just has a hint of the paper with it. And that is how you fix when you screw up something. You just fix it. No need to throw it away. There's always a way to fix it. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.